Hey, 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 what's up, everybody?
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Yes, yes, so glad. Y'all see this here? It must be getting down to the end of the year. Listen, we are so excited that you guys came to be a part of another episode of Let's Conversate with Josh and Sharon, where we're just real people.
Hey, dealing with real issues.
Absolutely, absolutely. We are so excited, you guys. This is December.
Yes, it is.
Absolutely. The second Saturday in December.
That's right.
Yeah, so we are reflecting on 2022.
That's right.
Thinking about what? Things that
You had to endure.
woulda,
Shoulda.
coulda. I think we said it wrong, but y'all get the point. Listen, we are excited about what is done took place this year, and we are excited about what's yet, to come.
That's right.
And we just wanted to come on real quickly to talk with you guys about, some decisions that we have made throughout the year. Some have been great decisions, and some have been not so, you know,
Yeah,
great decisions.
that's right.
So we're gonna reflect back on some things, and try to prepare ourselves to finish this year strong, right? And be courageous, right? That's a good word.
Courageous.
Absolutely, in what we're doing. You know what I mean? So listen, let's reflect back. You know, 2022 has been one of them years, Sharon,
It has.
and I believe there's a lot of people that I can probably speak out for that will say, if I can do this again, if I can do that again, you know, uh, this would be different. That would be different.
Yeah.
And I would say to those individuals, to go ahead and just, reflect on that for futuristic betterness, right?
Uh-huh.
Don't dwell too much on the mishaps that 2022 have brought, because in all honesty, Sharon, these last several years, from March of 2020
Mm-hmm.
till up until now, it has been unusual for everybody on the face of the earth.
It has.
Dealing with a couple years of the pandemic, and then all the different variants and things that came behind that. And then now we're into what season is this now? It's flu season, right?
Flu season. RSV.
Yeah. So it's a lot of health things that's out there that can,
Yeah, a
cause
lot, especially respiratory.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So we have to be careful, with our health, and we're going into the cold months, and it's a lot to reflect on, and but also a lot to be aware of,
That's right.
right? Uh, there are some things like with jobs and different things that we can look back and say, man, if I could just do that over, or whatever the case may be, I'll do it this way, right?
Yeah,
And 2022 has not been a bad year for everybody.
it hasn't.
It hasn't. Now, there have been bad, you know, situations that have occurred
Hmm.
in a lot of folk lives. Um, people have lost loved ones that will
Yeah.
not be here to go on further, you know, with them. But and my heart goes out to those people, because I know people that have left, here and gone on, to make that transition, to the other side. Well, and I would say to those bereavement families that were, if you could reflect on anything there, reflect on all the positive things that your loved one said to you, and reflect on the encouragement and the push and the drive that they installed into you, and allow that to be your launching pad, as you move further in life and in your careers, in the things, that your purpose to do that God has for you. you know. Uh, you know, 2022, I think the numbers came out the other day, and they was more impressive. The job numbers came out; they were more impressive than was expected. So there was job growth. And I think
Well,
people
that's good.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I think people are getting back to work.
Yeah.
You know, people. I think people have really grown tired of just sitting home and sitting around. So people getting back into the work market and people getting back into the gyms. And
Mm.
I'm still working on that. I'm going by the gym every day. So we're working on it, y'all. We're working on it, y'all. Just keep prayer and hope alive, right? So
That's
I'm
right.
reflecting right now. I don't need you to reflect for me. Let me reflect on me. I got me.
That's right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, so people getting back to work, and people are going online and searching out jobs and things like that, and everybody's trying to prepare, for the new year, and what lies ahead for them 2023. But right now I think it's more important, as you prepare yourself to get to transition to 2023. I think it's, to have a successful 2023. I think one needs to reflect on 2022. you know you know um, Write some things down that you may have experienced, whether it's in a job world, relationships,
Okay.
right?
Hmm.
Some of y'all need to reflect on your relationships, and make a decision if you're gonna carry that baggage into another year, right?
That's
Another calendar 12 months. You know, 2020, you know, 3
hmm
should be the start of something.
new,
Yeah.
fresh.
Would you agree?
I agree.
Especially if 2020. Listen, if anything that you've been doing, this is my opinion. Let's just have a conversation. So I feel like anything that you have been doing in 2022 that has been not prosperous for you, then it's a time to reevaluate it.
Yeah. Reevaluate it.
Absolutely. Right. What is a relationship?
Mhm.
You know, jobs, investments, right? I had seen,
Even your
huh?
even your health. Yeah.
You better reevaluate that if you want to be here, right? Absolutely.
Definitely.
I'm just saying, y'all don't chop my head off. But listen, I was just gonna say, I had seen on there with I think it was cryptocurrency.
Okay.
That's a mess, right? They advising everybody to pull in money. Anything investments you got in that, something going wrong there. So we don't got no data on that. We ain't gonna chime too hard on that. But listen, we talking about reflecting. You know what I mean? If you got something in there, you probably need to go in there and reflect whether you want to continue in it or you want to do something different,
That's right.
right? So reflecting, I mean, on everything. There's some things that happened in my personal, and if I had it to do it again, I would say I would do some things differently than I did to bring me a better result. So most time when you reflect on something, you're reflecting for what that
That
you can get,
better results.
yeah, what I mean, out of whatever it is you're reflecting on.
Yeah.
You know, some of y'all out there, listen, I'm gonna go right back to it. Some of y'all out there in some relationships, is it, and you ain't married, right?
And you just need to end it.
Yeah, we real people, real issues, right? We ain't got nothing. Hold on now. Let me put my disclaimer out there. Let me put it out there, Sharon. 'Cause we don't want to get in trouble. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So we got to put the disclaimer out there.
Go ahead.
We don't have all the answers.
No, we don't.
We don't. But we know somebody that do have all the answers,
That's
and that's
right.
Christ Jesus.
Yes.
But we're just real people.
Dealing with real issues.
That's all. We just having a conversation, and we just talk about it. You know what I mean? Because we talk about things that people don't like to talk about. We talk about we what all we talk about. We don't as we reflect back on our show,
Hmm.
right? We we started this show about how many months ago? About
7.
yeah, about 7 months ago, and there's some things that when we reflect on the show that if we that we know now, had we
Mm,
known then, right?
yeah.
You know that old saying, if I knew then what I know now, I would do differently. But some people get the knowledge of knowing now, right,
Mhm.
what they didn't know then, and they still won't change what they know they should, right? Getting in these relationships, being dragging these relationships year after year, deadbeat men or women, you can go either way,
You
you
can.
know, don't want to do anything, don't have no drive, don't have no ambition, don't have no get up, go, no motivation, no vision. Shall I continue? They don't have nothing that will assure the other party that by them being together, that they would be successful.
Mhm.
Some people don't look that far into the future, and it behooves you to reflect and reevaluate, you know, if that's something that you want to continue in.
That's right.
Now, listen, I'm not a person on the New Year's resolutions or whatever the case may be. I'm not big on any of that. But my thing is, what better time to start something than now?
That's right.
I'm a now person, right? So if my now be today, if my now be tomorrow,
Uh-huh.
if the now be New Year's, if the now be the day after New Year's, so be it. So it's now. Now is the time to reflect and to clean up and to change some things,
Yeah.
right? Because there's the old saying said you keep doing what you've been doing,
You gonna get the same results.
you're gonna get the same result. And how could you expect any different results with the same habits? So you don't change anything about what you're doing, but you keep looking for something different. If that man show you who he is, right?
Mhm.
He done showed you who he done showed you that he ain't gonna go get no job. He done showed you he ain't trying to get his license cleaned up. He get licensed at all, right? If he
Yeah.
done showed you that he mean and aggressive, he showed you that he's violent physically and verbally, and you know this. You done been known this for quite a while now. Matter of fact, a few years, right?
Check out the red flag.
And but yet you continue to try to change
Mhm.
something that's pretty much beyond your control of changing.
Yeah.
You need to reflect.
Reflect. Yeah.
You on a job. Shall I go on? You on a job. You do not grow this job, whatever the case may be. You're not happy. You're always complaining about the job. You're always complaining about your coworkers. You're always complaining about your immediate supervisor. Something on the trigger inside you and say that, you know what? I can't change these people.
No, you can't.
So the best thing for you to do is start looking for your change.
All right now.
Some people try to hold on to things that they shouldn't really necessarily try to hold on to and study holding on to it and feeling like you're trapped in it and there's no way out. There's always a way out.
It is.
This is America, right? There are many jobs. Now it's not even these, it's not even, matter of fact, let me say it this way. It's so many jobs out there, like jobs just like to me even double because once upon a time it used to be only brick and mortar jobs, right? Meaning jobs you had to get up and get out your bed, get dressed, get in your car, warm up car, cold days or cool down the car hot days, and drive to an actual physical facility.
Yeah.
Now you have just as many, if not
Virtual job.
more, seem like to me. I could be wrong about this, but jobs that are virtual, like you just
Mhm.
said, online, as you have brick and mortar.
That's right. That's
My
true.
point for bringing this up is that there is opportunity.
Yeah.
So to feel like you're stuck in one place, no, I don't feel like you're stuck. I feel like you should apply yourself,
That's right.
right? You feel me?
Get up and do something.
Absolutely. Pull your computer out. There's Indeed. There's other, you know, what you call in platforms like Indeed, where people go search engines or whatever it is,
Websites.
right? Search websites that will help you. And then they had this thing now, like, I forget what they call it, but like when you go fill out a job application
Mhm.
and when you go to fill out the application, you don't even have to do all the work. Once you done it one time,
'Cause it do a autofill.
yeah, it carries your information over. Yes, we live in that day and time where all your information, once you put it online, is there and they know everything about you. Know your habits. Know I was just watching this morning, you even on Amazon, how Amazon started, with Jeff Bezos. And, he started out with he quit his job and he told his parents, him and his wife, they moved out, I think out west somewhere. And they was living over here on the East Coast. And they moved out west somewhere and he told his parents that they was gonna start their business. And and they was excited, okay, yeah, good, great business. What y'all gonna do? And they say, oh, you're gonna start a book selling company. So, oh yeah, good and everything. But then they told me it was a book selling company that was total virtual online and everything. And everybody like, oh no, no, what are you doing? You done lost your mind. And so anyways, he went out, moved out west, and they started a book selling company. And then, and it transpired from there. Then they started just selling, power tools, and they started selling, toys and things like that. And then they brought in, bigger companies that wasn't selling online. They bought in Macy's, they bought in Sears. They bought in like a lot of big companies up under their umbrella, right? The umbrella that we're creating.
Yeah,
You got the big umbrella, and then you got a lot of the little umbrellas that flows up under the umbrella, right?
that's right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let me give them a visual. Bring the umbrella over here real quick, boss lady. So, and what Amazon did was they got this big tent that they pitch, and then they got all these other major companies that come up under the tent. And a lot of people thought that was impossible. Give me the other one. A lot of people thought that that was impossible to do, but they did it. They didn't worry about what people said and people opinion. They applied themselves. So my point to you all is to just apply yourself. And don't worry about what people say. What people do, because you'd be surprised what your umbrella, right? Your umbrella would produce, right? So here it is. This is got it already. So this is, I don't know how well y'all can see this. I just want to show it to you real quick. This is actually not part of the show, but we just wanted I just to push my point. I just wanted to bring this up. So we have what this shows is this shows a big umbrella, right, with
Yes.
many umbrellas up under it and many ideals up under those many umbrellas that can continue to produce other ideals. And all along, everything is encamped over this big umbrella. That's what Amazon did, right? They this big tent, big umbrella, and they brought in so many people up on the umbrella. They had an idea. He reflected on things that he had going on in his life. He knew there was a better way. He knew there was more opportunity. And now this man's the richest man in the world, right? We're not trying to be the richest people in the world, and I'm sure you're not either. But we want to be able to, provide and take care of our families, right? And not struggle day to day or check to check, you know.
Right,
And
and leave a legacy behind for your children and your
absolutely,
family.
absolutely, I totally agree. And if we don't never reflect on our has-beens and our mishaps and things that's not profiting us, then yeah, you know, we got a problem. But we'll get that on the other side of Miss Katrina. We'll be right back.
Thank you for tuning in to today's podcast with Let's Conversate with Josh and Sharon. They truly appreciate your support. Thank you for following them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course, subscribing to their YouTube channel. If you would like to make a contribution towards the podcast to further its reach, please feel free to do so with Cashapp $ Let's Conversate. Again, thank you for watching Let's Conversate with Josh and Sharon. Back to today's podcast.
Sharon, I was thinking there that, you know, when you have an ideal, like
Yeah.
I don't have many of ideals, right? I reflect a lot in my life. I definitely reflect a lot. That's why it's so easy for me to talk about, reflecting on things. And I reflect on my moving company. I own a moving company, try to employ people. I reflect on, two lawn services that I own. I reflect on I pastored in Florida. for a while there. I reflect on, you know, all kind of, things that happened in my life. Reflect on my grandmother, that raised us and, and instilled into us, the purpose of life and what, to be all you can be and be the best you can be. And that's what I would implore to everybody out there today. Moving forward, you don't worry about your surroundings, right?
That's right. Be the
Everybody
best version of yourself.
be the best you
That's
you
it.
can be.
'Cause
And just
nobody can do it better than you.
absolutely. You know, and people don't always, one thing I saw in Amazon, I'm not promoting, Jeff Bezos or whatever, but I just was, checking out the story. And one thing that and he said that I definitely believe is that anything big and worthwhile is always going to start off small. And when it start off small, it grows. As it grows solid foundations and it grows and grows and grows and grows. And after a while, once it becomes what with a full matureness, then it's strong,
Yeah.
When a child is, brought into this world, it starts off as very fragile, very, needy, of his parents' support and everything. And as parents feed and nurture this child, and this child grows and the bones get stronger and stronger and stronger. After a while, it weans off the milk and it weans off the mother hands of feeding it physically because mother always gonna feed their child even when they get grown, still feed some of you big rusty jokers. But anyway, and as a as a child get older, it gets stronger and stronger, and as it gets strong to the point that it can learn how to take care of itself. Well, that's what most things, when starting a business, or starting, anything new, you need to find your circle of support, those that's going to help you, whatever. Like we, and latch on to that,
Yeah.
hold on to that because you're going to need that support cast. We can't be like some people think, only I can do it and go at it alone type stuff. Nah. The America is not built on just a I, but we,
We all need someone.
right? We're the people of America, and we all come together and do, uh, so we're united. That's
Yeah.
listen at the name of the country, United States, united. Ain't no Florida can do it without the rest of the states, and Georgia can do it without the rest of the states. California can do it. No, it's the United States. So you have to have your circle of people, and once you get that circle of people, you go with that, and you move forward. A lot of people, unfortunately, in the early stages, and we're experiencing that, with the podcast, don't, especially a lot of people that they kind of tend to write you off, right?
Yeah.
But if we allow people, because we know them or whatever the case may be, so what if I got 1,400 something friends on my Facebook page, but only get a couple of people liking the content that we're putting out for us to YouTube? That's okay. You know what I mean? Because that might not be my crowd that God got me to witness to or minister to. But we're in a country of 300 something million people. So if people that does not support what you're doing like you would like them to, God probably don't have them for that. He have a whole nother core group of
Yes,
people
he
that's
has
going to
a whole
support you.
nother audience of people for that.
Absolutely. So and you have to believe that too in the things that you're doing. You might have people right in your household that you feel like they don't support your ideas. They don't support the things that, you know, you're trying to do. This is the time to reflect on all those things, and to start weaving out that is not for you and cultivate and coming to grips on that is for you and making that is for you useful for your success as you move forward in your life. Let's look at these shout outs and then we'll come back and wrap this up on the other end of that. Absolutely. All right, it's time for these shout outs once again. Listen, if you're in the Orlando area, New Chief Cornerstone, they are located at 820 South Park Avenue, Winter Garden, Florida, under the leadership of Dr. Clarita M. James and Pastor Norman James. If you're in that Orlando area and you need a church to attend, stop in. Tell them Josh and Sharon sent you. Also, Christ the Redeemer Ministry, 4721 East Moody Boulevard, Palm Coast, Florida, under the leadership of Apostle Robert and Betty Davenport. Listen, stop in. If you're in the Palm Coast area, see Pastor Davenport. Listen, if you want to church, here in Tennessee, the Church of Churches. Yes, that is none other than New Hope Church of God in Christ, 303 South University Street, under the leadership of Pastor Anthony and Lady Graham. This is a church of churches where you can clap your hands, stomp your feet. Come on to New Hope. Yes, New Hope. Also, we want to just thank everybody that supports us, that always show love to this podcast. We thank you wherever you are. It means the world to us. So keep liking, subscribing, and sharing. All right. Yeah, so we back at you guys. So you know what I mean? So this has been a good topic to talk about.
It has.
I think
Reflecting.
just reflecting, you know what I mean? Sometimes you just have to just sit back, relax, think about some things, you know what I mean?
That you had to endure,
Yeah, there'll
go
be
through.
times, yeah, absolutely. There'll be times I have sat in the car and I have went to a destination and got there, right? And when I got to the destination, I kind of just sat back and kind of just slithered down in my seat and just reflected, and like, God, not only reflecting like everything was bad, but reflecting like, God, thank you for
On
bringing
the
me.
good as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, God, I thank you for what you've done for me. I thank you for what you're doing for me, God. What is it, differently that I need to do to make this that as part of my life to grow and do and to be successful, be better. And I reflect a lot even on the podcast, God, what is it next that we need to do to move this here podcast ahead? You know what I mean?
That's right.
And
That's right.
praying to God, which also reminds me, we kind of went out of order there, but we do got that don't forget to pray moment coming at you guys. Because I mean, what better thing to do is to pray, right? And in our reflecting. So let's talk about this thing for a minute. Hey, it's another segment that we added to the show. It's your don't forget to pray moment. We got Sharon over here. Tell them why they don't need to forget to pray.
Yes. Today's Don't Forget to Pray moment is brought to you by All Things Family. And as we round this year up, I want you to reflect back on everything that you went through this year and what can you do different for next year. Not only that, but I want to remind you that man should always pray and don't faint. And we're going to get back to today's podcast. Is that okay?
Absolutely. That's good, Sharon. That's good right there. Absolutely. She said, don't forget to pray. Yeah. Think about those things, that done took place through the year, and y'all, we get ready to go into the new year. Some
That's
people are
right.
excited about it and there's some people that are not excited. And I want to talk to you that seem to be not excited about going into a new year. Don't look at it as if, oh, it's just another year. You know, take that with the umption of, you know what, I want to do better. I
Not
want
only
better.
that, but hey, you still here and there's still purpose.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
And because it's still purpose, I can do what I need to do for the kingdom. Not
Absolutely.
only that, but for myself.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And you're doing it for the kingdom, doing it for yourself. Absolutely. You're doing it for your children.
That's
You're
right.
doing it for, your parents that might be still living, that seems to depend on you. You got a lot of people, to be that you got to be accountable for.
Yes.
Number one, you need to do it for God, because without him, nothing that we do is worthwhile anyway. So he should be, the author and the finisher of our faith, he should be the one that we most desire to please. And
That's
then when
right.
we please him, then everything monopolized up under that. You know what I mean?
That's right.
So absolutely, you guys. We hope that we be saying some stuff on here that you guys can cherry pick through, and use what you need for your own gain. Our prayer, is that everybody reflects, on what has taken place and use that as a launching pole, to take you further on into your destiny.
That's
Right?
right.
Good word, right?
Yes. Yes,
Destiny,
it
right?
is.
Take you into your future, take you into your unknowns, and you know who will be most proud of you, when you do these things, your future self.
That's right.
And I tell my oldest daughter all the time, I say, make great decisions with whatever you do now, because your future self is going to judge you for what you do now.
That's
Now, do
true.
you want your future self to be upset with you because you didn't make wise health decisions with your body? Huh?
Mhm.
Your future self don't want to carry all that weight. They're going to be an older person, right?
Yeah.
Think
Yeah.
about that. Your future self gonna be an older person. Is it fair for you to eat in everything you want and indulge in everything you want and make your
It's
future self
not.
look for that? Your future self is not gonna appreciate that you having a lavish lifestyle now. You're spending up everything, but you're not saving anything. When your future self come along, don't have anything because you ain't saved nothing up for it. You ain't put it. You ain't prepared. Come on now.
But you ain't putting in the work.
You ain't putting in work. Your future self gonna be upset. So if you ain't doing it for nobody else, God is number one, but you got to think about your future self. Your future self is dependent on you,
That's right.
your now, to make the right decisions. Y'all hear what I'm trying to tell y'all? I don't know about y'all, but I got to get up out of here. Listen, I am so excited about what God has in our future, right?
That's right.
Listen, we're going to ride this thing out. We're going to take it to the very end. I don't know what that's going to be. But I'm looking unto him who is the author and the finisher of my faith.
All right now.
Come on, somebody. So listen, y'all. Tell somebody.
To tell somebody.
When Josh and Sharon is on.
Yes.
Yes. Don't forget to like.
Subscribe.
Hit that bell notification. Y'all, come on now. Y'all smash it. Smash it. Smash it. We're going into the new year with this thing. We're gonna move forward. We're moving forward. We trust that we say something to somebody that you can use. Listen, 2023, all things wealth. 2023,
yes,
all things wealth. We're going to talk about a variety of things. What we talk about in 2023, Sharon?
Hey, we're going to talk about savings, spending, managing, diversity, investing, giving, creating.
Giving is the big thing, right? Yes. Dave Ramsey say live like nobody else now so you can live like nobody else later.
All right.
And you could be the biggest giver that you can be. And the only way you can be the biggest giver, you got to have something to give. So y'all tune in to us. Amen. 2023 coming strong at you. But we'll finish out 2022 right now. All right. Until next time. Deuces.
Bye.